For the second year, the award for the National Guard Division with the most AUSA members goes to the 42nd Infantry Rainbow Division, New York and New Jersey. Accepting the award are Major General Stephen Wickstrom, Commanding General, 42nd Infantry Division, and Command Sergeant Major Robert Jenks, Command Sergeant Major, 42nd Infantry Division. The award to the Major U.S. Army Reserve Command with the greatest support to AUSA as measured by membership and active support to and from the chapters within the command's footprint. This award goes to the 88th Regional Support Command, Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. Accepting the award are Brigadier General Alton Berry, Acting Commander, 88th Regional Support Command. Command Sergeant Major Michael Kozuta, Command Sergeant Major, 88th Regional Support Command. CW5 James Anderson, Wisconsin State President, AUSA. And Dan Von Arx, Major General Robert McCoy Chapter President. And now, presentation of the Best Chapter Awards. These awards recognize those chapters whose outstanding service to their members, their communities, and the Army earned them the distinction of Best in their class this past year. Their successes represent a team effort by the chapter and their local military and business leaders. We categorize our Best Chapter competition based upon their size. Individuals accepting the award will do so on the stage. The Council of Trustees award that recognize the best chapters overall from all categories go to the following chapters. For first place in the largest category, chapters with a goal of over 1,500 members, is the Redstone Huntsville chapter. Accepting for the Redstone Huntsville chapter are Lieutenant Colonel Retired Paul Elliott, Chapter President. General Dennis L. Villa, Commanding General, Army Materiel Command. Command Sergeant Major Ronald T. Reiling, Command Sergeant Major, Army Materiel Command. Major General Len A. Collier, Commanding General, Aviation and Missile Life Cycle Management Command. And Command Sergeant Major Todd L. Glidewell, Command Sergeant Major, Aviation and Missile Life Cycle Management Command. In the category of chapters with a goal between 900 and 1,500 members, the winners are the Alamo Chapter, San Antonio, Texas, and the Fort Leonard Wood, Mid-Missouri Chapter. Accepting the award for the Alamo Chapter, Lieutenant General Retired Stephen Speaks, Chapter President. Colonel Retired Brad Freeman, Past Chapter President. Lieutenant General William B. Caldwell, Commander, U.S. Army North, and Command Sergeant Major David D. Wood, U.S. Army North, Command Sergeant Major. Accepting the award for the Fort Leonard Wood, Mid-Missouri Chapter are Michael Gillen, Chapter President. Command Sergeant Major Retired Rick Morris, Immediate Past President. Major General Mark Yunter, Commanding General, Maneuver Support Center of Excellence and Fort Leonard Wood. and Command Sergeant Major Robert Wells, Command Sergeant Major, Maneuver Support Center of Excellence, and Fort Leonard Wood. In our category of chapters with a goal between 500 and 899 members, the General John W. Vesey Chapter, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Accepting for the General Vesey Chapter are Colonel Retired Dan Kerr, Chapter President, and Lieutenant Colonel Retired Kurt Cooper, immediate past President. In the category of chapters with a goal of 250 to 499 members, the winner is the Texas Capital Area Chapter, Austin, Texas. Accepting the award are Stan Lennox, Chapter President, Major General Retired Bob Halverson, First Vice President, and Brigadier General Retired John Gosden, Second Vice President, and Alfredo Rodriguez, Vice President for Marketing. In our category for chapters with a goal of less than 250 members, the winner is the Capital District of New York Chapter, Albany, New York. Accepting for Capital District of New York are Command Sergeant Major Retired Robert Van Pelt, Chapter President, and Colonel Retired Nicholas Laconia. Our final award goes to our Best Overseas Chapter, the Rhine-Main Chapter. Accepting the award, Eric Line, Chapter President. With the representatives from the following chapters who were selected as runners-up for Best Chapter Awards, please stand and be recognized. Central Texas Fort Hood, Fort Knox, Greater Los Angeles, Hawaii, Sunshine, Aberdeen, and Rock Island Chapter. This concludes the award presentations. Please give everyone a hand.
Okay, folks, obviously we congratulate all of the chapter winners. It takes a total commitment to make those awards possible, and thanks to each and every one of you from me. I want to acknowledge there may be some civilian aides to the Secretary of the Army in the room, and I want to thank them for their willingness to tell the Army story. And I would also like to recognize Army representatives from over 47 nations who are joining us for our annual meeting. If any of those folks are in the room, please stand to have us recognize you. Anybody from another Army? Back here, here. Thanks a lot to all of you. Now look, we have an exciting and busy annual meeting for the next 3 days. We're occupying the entire convention center. We are, in fact, the largest customer of this convention center. which is a big deal, actually. And I want to stress that your attendance at the professional development forums, which begin this afternoon, the family forums, and the exhibits combine to enhance the value of this professional development experience. The Secretary mentioned that this morning, and it is, in fact, at its heart, a professional development experience, the whole experience. The value of your time here is enhanced by your immersion in all of the things which are going on. Apropos that, the exhibits in the exhibits halls, upstairs, Hall A, B, and C on the lower level, and D and E on the upper level, are also important. You have over 90 separate events and 17 military. There's only really one Army exhibit. The rest of them are from Department of Defense activities and other government exhibits like the VA and so forth, and over 600 industrial exhibits. You've got to visit the Army exhibit down on the first floor to understand the magnitude of what's going on in the Army and to see what the Chief and the Secretary are planning on for the future. And obviously the soldiers you see, rightfully, will inspire you in your conversations with them. The Army exhibit is the showcase of Army ideas for our current and future force, leader development, and the Army as a profession. It's also a place where we are talking about showcasing with a series of presentations from the soldiers, civilians, and leaders from around the Army, total Army, active guard and reserve. The main Army booth is downstairs in Hall B, and there is a demonstration area upstairs in Hall E in booth 8024. And one of the exhibits, by the way, involves rapid equipping force, the National Guard Homeland Security demo on chemical, biological, and radiological and nuclear activities, which is worth seeing. It's up on the top deck for those in the room who know, or in the Navy or whatever, the top floor for everybody else. That's known as a SBIRNA. That's the acronym for it, which, by the way, could unfortunately be more and more important as we continue into the future. So anyway, folks, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for your patience as we recognize everybody. And just thanks for your support. Thanks for your selflessness, your selfless service to the United States of America and whatever your country may be on battlefields around the world. Thanks a lot. God bless all of you.